Hey everybody, it's Pathfinder here. Welcome back for another episode of our solo survival series. Hope you guys are having a good day. I am having an awesome day. We're going to play some Minecraft and we're going to get some cool stuff done today, you guys. I figured I would start off a little bit different and we're going to show you guys the end product first. So you got to see a little glimpse of it in the opening there, and then now we get to see what it looks like here with me. But we're not going to stay for long because we need to go all the way back to the beginning to see where this started. So let's jump back in time and let's take a look and see what this area looked like before we transformed it. All right, so here we are. We have a nice clean slate to start with. We are right next to the mending villager, next to our house. There's the stable, the barn, and our farmhouse. So we have this nice clean area to get started on. And if you're curious, this used to be a big hill right here, small mountain, mound, I'm not sure. But we took it all down during a live stream. So if you are interested in that at all, you can always go back and check and see. The last live stream that I did, the terraforming, is when we removed all of this. So we get a nice clean slate and let's get started. I think first things first, we need to get some supplies up here and then look at how we want our mine entrance to be. And here we are down inside of our main mining room. And I think we'll just go through and gather up some supplies. We're going to need lots of cobblestone, as well as we're going to need regular stone. We're gonna need a little bit of everything. There it is. And kind of my thought is right here in this one, rather than making this a strip mine like we've done with all of the other ones, yeah, I think the plan is to put hopefully a working minecart system in through here that will carry items up and drop them off up top. But let's get these items up there. All right, well, we've gathered up most of our supplies, or at least what I think we want to start with. We just put down some barrels over here. We've got all of our stone. We've got some wood to work with, as well as we've got some decorative items that we'll be using later. But I think in order to be able to start on the entrance to the mine, we need to start from the inside and work our way out. I think that'll make it so much easier to construct where the entrance is going to be and kind of the size of it. And the first thing we have to do is, if we want to have a minecart, we need to dig this out right here so that we can have our minecart come out up here somewhere to where we can unload it. I'm going to dig this out and we'll put down all these tracks and get our little minecart with a chest on there. And that'll kind of give us a good idea as to exactly, how we want this inside to look so we can get started on the outside. All right, so we have our minecart finished. Yes, let's not talk about it. I know I started over here and started to dig down. Luckily, I didn't go very far before I realized the error of my ways and was able to turn back. We can't make it on this side. If we made it on this side, it would come out to like over here somewhere, and we don't want that. So we had to have it on this side. So it could not be any easier or more kind of rudimentary, simple. We just went through and added a bunch of powered rails. And yeah, I mean, this is about as easy as it gets, right? So we've got our minecart, and it will go all the way up to the top. Bye-bye. I'll meet you up there. And now that it is up here, we can go through and design how big we want this room to be. I'm almost thinking that we need to put maybe start to put the foundation of the pillars out here. I hate that we lost all this. We'll have to build it back, but almost want to start to put the foundation out here to give us an idea. But at least we can go through now and start to fill this in. All right, so this isn't going to look like much right now, but I wanted to give you guys a basic idea of kind of how the layout was going to work for me. So the first thing I did was I found my point off of this wall that I wanted it to be, and I always try to make everything an odd number, so we have 7 spaces here, and then we just repeated 7 spaces on that side. I know that I want my entryway to be at least 3 spaces wide, so we have our markers here and here. And then these two, I'd like to have 2 little tiny columns on the front of this. So I'm not going to have this be perfect all the way through like this. We'll go through and fill it in with some of the cracked or cobblestone or andesite. But now where it's time to kind of go in and get a little bit more creative, and we're going to put stairs down and maybe some fences to create our pillars. But at least this way it gives you guys a kind of an idea. Once we start to build it up, then we can start to bring this mountain back over the top of it a little bit so that it'll be filled in and look a little bit better. But at least this way you guys kind of have an idea of just how to get started on something, or at least how I get started on something like this is I need to figure out the math and the main entryway and where I want my main points to be before I can get started. All right, well, I think this is the design we're going to go with. I really like the way it turned out. It's a good size for a pillar, kind of the front entrance, but it's not too big. It's only, I think, 5 tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we don't really need it to be any bigger than that. So we're going to place another one on this side and then kind of clean out the entryway a little bit here. And get this room filled in. Get it to where it looks a little more beat up, though. We're not going to have it be this clean all over the place. So I think I could just go through and replicate that over here, and we'll start to get this filled in. So I just went and got some items to finish decorating the front, but I think we are finished with our mine entrance. I went ahead and filled in the mountain around it a little bit here to try and make it look like it was almost, caving in on top of it, or it was built into the mountain. I changed up the pillar just a little bit. We went ahead, I thought it looked too flat, so we made these little inserts just to have some depth. As soon as I did that, I came up with an idea, which we were about to do. But yeah, I tried to just kind of make it look like the sand had piled on top of it in places, and just that hopefully that it looks like it was built into the mountain, that we have kind of forged it from the sand and the rocks here. And yeah, this is our mine entrance. Put down some buttons to go ahead and simulate like some little rocks or whatever. And now we just have to go through and decorate the interior. But we went with the darker floor and a little bit lighter ceiling, and I like it. I think it looks pretty good. Let me know what you think. We are going to go through and finish up. So I've got all the stuff here, I think, to complete the front. And we will need armor stands. So when I was looking at these, I thought to myself, they are just it's just too flat. And I don't know why, but as soon as I saw that little spot, I thought it looked perfect for an armor stand. Now we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we can't put... Nope, it works fine. And let's give him one of these. And can we get him to pose? What's the best looking pose here? What's one where he's not? That's not bad. That's the one. And let's put this in. I'll put that right there. Oh, the smoke makes it so we can't see him. We can't have the smoke there. That was silly. New plan. So new plan, we are going to go ahead and use our first pieces of glowstone. Let's see how, oh yeah, that looks good. That looks real good. Look at that. We have yet to use glowstone. I can't believe our first pieces of glowstone are used here in front of our mine. This can go there. And then this. All right. All right. Looking good. Looking good. I like it. I think that is a good entrance for a mine. Now, we just have to do all the other stuff. Design the inside and go through and get this area looking a lot neater. A lot, get a little more busy, a little more action. All right, let's get to work. And next on the agenda to tidy up the place and kind of tie it together was to add some docks. We would like to add some boats here. I thought about making this like a harbor area, but in the end, it didn't make sense with the mine just being here. And so, oh, hello. You want to give me a trident? Did I get, yeah. Oh, God. No, 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 no. All right, we got a trident. We have a couple of those now. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. We're talking about the dock. Two tridents. Is that right? Yeah, let's go. Two tridents. Anyway, here's the dock. So we'd like to add some boats. I'm not sure if we'll get those in on this episode or not, but the last little bit should be fairly easy. We're going to add some piles of rocks and valuable materials out here and create our pathway down this way and connect our pathway from here through around. And, well, I guess decorate. Man, I have a lot more to do than I thought. All right, but this is the docks. So, of course, I used campfires because they're my favorite, and I also used barrels because they're my favorite. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I'm glad that we got something down here, and I think it'll look a lot better when we get some boats in the water. All right, let's do the rest of this. Well, we did it. We finished the mining area. We finished our base of mining operations. And it actually is right over here on the map. But if you noticed, we have not updated this map in forever. We're missing the Oasis house, we're missing the stable, and we're missing the mining. So before we go down and look at it, now I know you already got to see it at the beginning of the video, but before we do a walkthrough, which I can't wait to walk through and kind of talk about it a little bit, let's update our maps. We haven't done this in a while, and I can't wait to see what it looks like. So let's get this updated and then go take a look at the build. Well, those are some pretty big changes. I mean, I'd completely forgotten that we didn't have the nether portal on the map, but it's funny how it shows up as all black on the top because of the geode. Yeah, we've got the house here now. We've got the whole mining area with the docks. We've got the horse stable area, and then, yeah, we've got the barn and the farmhouse, but, I mean, those are some pretty big changes. That's looking pretty cool. It's starting to come together quite a bit. Yeah, I like that. Let's go down and take a look then. So we did all the kind of the finishing touch-ups that we talked about. We went through and added the rock piles, the pathway, and decorated the interior. And so here it is. I mean, it's a pretty drastic difference compared to where we started. So we went through and added these rock piles on the outside of the mine. Kind of look like this is where the excesses come, all the things that we've dug out and had to kind of put somewhere. So we've got all these extra rocks sitting around. And then as we come down, we have the path. Obviously, we have always had the pathway right up to here, but now we've got the pathway to come down to our mine entrance. And we come down this way, and you can see we've got some of our valuable ores sitting out. It is a little unfortunate to have to go through and use these ores just kind of as decoration this early on in the game, but it's okay. We'll get more. We'll get plenty more. It's not the end of the world. We finished the lighting as well as the fencing, like we said, and we've got the path. Made this little crane, so it's nothing too fancy, right? It's just some stone blocks, stone stairs, stone fence, some wooden planks, not planks, whatever those are, the slabs, and then grindstones and chains. That's it, nothing too fancy, but I think it looks pretty cool. Just added some valuable ores on there, like we're moving them and loading them around, and yeah, I like the way it turned out. So yeah, we've got the pathway on the ground, we've got the little rocks on the ground to go along with the pathway. Got smoke coming up out of the top of this. We added some cobwebs. Went through and got the lighting situation fixed down here so we don't have to have any torches on the ground. I think the docks will look really cool, like I was saying, once we get some boats out there, but for right now, that'll have to be another time. Boats will definitely have to be another time. But yeah, I mean, this is such a huge, dramatic difference from where we were before. I am absolutely loving the way this turned out. I think it looks great. So we've got our entrance, we've seen. But if we come around this way, we've got the pathway that is now completed, comes back around to the other way to get up to our house. We've got big plans for all this area out here. But again, for another time, we went through and filled this back in. This is where our old entrance used to be. But if we come around now, we have completed the interior of the mine. And so we have like this little storage cage back here now. So I wanted to have some place where we could keep the valuable, like our most valuable ores. And so we've got them, got them back in here. So we've got some of our ores just kind of sitting on a table, locked down back here. And then we have like a little workstation over here. And then if we come back this way, we have another workstation. So we definitely have some ores sitting around on the ground, things that need to get processed and sent out here to get stacked up, loaded up, and eventually on some boats. So once we get some boats out here, we can put some more of these ores on the boats so that we can trade with other villagers. So we come in here and the minecart is working. I don't have a button or anything fancy. I just figured I'd hit it. So the minecart will go down. We went through and redid this as well. I don't know if you'll notice, but in the original one, we had cobblestone on the ground, and then we had this brick all the way down, as well as we had torches. So we wanted this to all kind of match. So we have the same flooring in here that we chose in here, as well as we have the same ceiling that continues through as well. And now we've got our lanterns coming down. So I think it looks a lot better. Big difference in terms of just kind of, you know, giving it a little more realistic look, a little bit better feel. And then it comes down in here into our mining room, which you guys have seen, our strip mining area. And we got our big workbench here. But now we have our spot where we can load up our extra stuff and just send it on up to the top so that way we don't have to carry so much at one time. Yeah, see you up there, buddy. Yeah, I think that'll do it. I love the way this turned out. I'm super excited. Let's go upstairs real quick, and it's almost night. Let's take a look at it at night one last time. All right, everyone. Well, I really appreciate you guys watching. I think this place looks awesome. I love the look of it at nighttime as well. I like how it's lit up. I like how the mine entrance looks like it is just coming out of the mountain here, how we kind of built these rocks up around it and just kind of made it look like it's coming out of the mountain. I'm happy with the small crane that we made. We've just got the little piles of rocks and as well as all the different types of ores sitting out. I'm pretty excited for the dock area as well. I think it'll be a lot of fun to get some different types of boats and some different kind of builds going on over there. It'll be really exciting once we start to get some things out in the water. I think it'll start to make this area look a lot different. Um, yeah, I know that this isn't an episode where we built anything really super tall and cool and intricate, but I love these terraforming, these kind of where we completely change the landscape videos. These are some of my favorite ones to make. We take an area and just make it look completely different. And I really like that. I'm having a lot of fun playing, and yeah, I love builds like this. Let me know what you guys think, and I appreciate everybody for watching. And until the next episode, remember everyone, always make your own path.